Like that, were you guys off and running with the new album? I guess it's not so new anymore. It's out this year, but the Illusion of Progress. You guys don't put out like an album every year. You don't churn them out. You guys put them out whenever you feel like putting them out, I guess, right?
Well, I mean, we've put out 5 records in 10 years.
Yeah.
I think we kind of churn them out.
Yeah. Is there a time when you know, man, we got to get another one out? It's been a while, or you just feel it? Is it time to do it?
Kind of know. I mean, when it's time to get back in the studio and do that. I mean, the thing is, like the last record, we're on the road for like 18 months on it.
Yeah.
So, need to take a minute after that too. So.
Do you guys do any jotting down while you're on the road? I imagine of lyrics and just getting some songs together.
I'm not a lyrical jotter.
No.
I lose a lot of songs that way.
Really?
And I try to just suppress it until it's time to be recording.
And then just really, and just go in and kind of have an idea. Really, you don't have a big notebook full of lyrics.
That would be so easy.
So the recording process isn't stressful for you. A lot of people freak when they get in the studio.
We had like 12 songs or 11 songs in like 2 weeks.
Wow.
And we had the skeletal structures for them, and the bass and the drums were done, another 2 or 3 weeks later, and then me and Mike took the following 5 months to do vocals and do both of our guitars.
Wow. Do you record at a studio, or do you guys have your own?
Well, Mike recorded in our rehearsal space,
Yeah.
and we did the whole rest of it in my barn.
There you go. See, a lot of bands that are like younger trying to get it done out there, when they go to the studio, the clock's running, and every note they miss, it starts over, and boom. So.
Yeah, and with technology today, though, it's just really the last couple of records. I mean, even the last record we did at a rehearsal space, and I think we figured out, a few records ago that you really don't need to, spend the money and be away from home any more than you have to.
Sure.
And that's really
To get a good product these days, you just need to make sure that you go from a good microphone into some old vintage stuff.
Yeah.
Into Pro Tools, and you have the best of both worlds. You get the tonality of the old stuff, and
Sure.
you get the ability to do anything with it once it's down to the computer from the Pro Tools.
Is it, you guys have got, the 2008, The Illusion of Progress comes out, and is that album more important? I don't know if this is the right way to put it, but is it more important for your second album to be great than maybe your 5th or 6th? Because there's so many bands that they got a hit or two on the first one, and then they're
they
gone.
all have to be great.
They all got to be good.
Today's day, they all have to be great. I mean, you don't get another chance. I don't know. That's the way I feel about it. I mean, it just seems like there's so many bands, and we've been fortunate enough to be around. And you always got to put your best foot forward. You gotta do the best job you can for the fans that are out there and help support you and
Sure.
have kept us around this long.
We try to approach it as every show that we do, every record that we record is our first opportunity and our last opportunity.
Well, that's true. You're only as good as your last, I guess.
Yep.
Well, the last one was good, that is for sure. So, are you guys traveling together? Everybody on the same bus?
No.
Split up.
How many buses you rolling now? 4 or 5?
There's 3.
Four this week because
2.
John got that one.
Oh, he did for the
Yeah.
league?
Nice. So when you're all on the same bus,
No.
like say
We
back
just
in the
did that.
day.
No, we actually just did that in
did it
Europe.
in Europe.
It was crew and band on a bus.
Oh, so
on a 16.
It's last time that we did that was '99.
so when that circumstance happened, is there special bus rules between the guys? Don't leave them socks there. Stay out of my hot dogs, or
I mean, everybody's done it long enough. to pretty
Everybody
much, you know
just
what I
says
mean?
you have to go about it as how can I get through the day without imposing on anybody else.
Sure. And let's say you get off stage. This is maybe not ordinary because you finished last night and now you're here bright and early. This is probably not the best time of day for Stained, I imagine. Correct?
I would hate to have to play right now.
Sure, understand. So normally, well, maybe not normally, but you might get off stage, get on the bus, and take off.
Right.
And
That's
then,
usually what happens.
yeah, then that time of night is pretty much spent asleep.
Yep.
Yeah, what happens is we live in a perpetual Groundhog Day. We get up in the morning and we're behind a venue somewhere, and our day that pretty much is the same schedule every single day happens, and we play the show, and we get on a bus, and we go to sleep, and we wake up behind a venue somewhere, and go through the same daily schedule, and then go to sleep and wake up behind a venue somewhere.
Sound checks the same time? And
Yeah,
really?
It's Groundhog Day.
Meet and greets same time every day.
Wow.
Dinner served at the same time every day.
Aaron Lewis, Mike Mashouk from staying in the studio with us after the big show last night. So, you guys from the East Coast, is it Pats, Red Sox, Celtics, all that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The Celtics, man. I've always been a big Celtics fan. When Larry Bird came to Indianapolis to be the Pacers,
Yeah.
I was the greatest day, I think even more than when Peyton came to be our quarterback. Which
Really?
I didn't know he was going to be the greatest quarterback in the history of the NFL at the time.
Hang
What?
on a second.
What do you
What are
mean?
you talking about?
The greatest history.
What are you
Peyton Manning, number
What
18.
about Tom Brady's season last year?
What happened at the
Yeah.
end of the year?
Well, I hate to tell
Yeah,
you.
but
No,
that
no,
doesn't,
I
that
gotta tell
doesn't
you,
get rid of the stats.
that's still
Stats are for
That's
kids.
still-
Forget
that-
about that. Peyton Manning.
that 18-1. That one is brutal.
Oh, I know. Isn't
I
it
did
awful?
not turn on sports for like 2 weeks. And then they started showing those Sports Illustrated,
Yeah.
Giants, get the team. I'm like, are you
Oh.
kidding me?
Peyton Manning is the greatest quarterback in the history of the league. Yeah. Sorry about that. We won't do that anymore to you.
Actually, I got to say, after the series, he's having a good year. I mean, considering
Oh.
he started out shaky. I mean, he's looking like he's a tough dude.
what about Matt Castle? I can't believe this guy. I thought the Patriots are going to be a disaster. He had 400 and some yards
You
yesterday.
guys started off as a disaster. What are you talking about?
Oh no, you could tell right off the bat
Oh,
it was going to be
please.
better than that.
Come
It's not
on.
going to be a disaster. Look at this. You guys come from Massachusetts, and there's a pretty cool little rock clique coming out of that state, man.
It really is.
is-
Man. There's some really good bands. I mean, Shadows Fall, Killswitch Engage,
Yeah.
Godsmack.
And the old timers too.
Yeah, Aerosmith.
Yeah. Is there
Boston.
a cool club that nobody knows about?
Not anymore, I don't
No.
think.
You
There
guys
was
get together
one
and
that
play
we used-
cards or whatever.
There was one that we used to play. In fact, it's funny. There was a club that we first played that it was one of our first gigs. It was a big rock club in Springfield called Infinity. And I remember after one of our gigs, I went and saw this band play called Still Rain. Well, it turns out that Clint, who's now in Seven Dust, was in Still Rain, and Troy,
Right.
who's now in Seether, was in Still Rain.
Wow.
And it's like, I remember watching those guys play at the same place. Everybody used to come through and play Springfield. That's where they played.
Wow. So what I meant, that's a cool story, but what I meant was, did those bands ever kind of get together when they were all...
I'm sure there was some place in Boston that was the deal, but
Yeah.
we didn't live in Boston, and I wasn't
Right.
going to drive 3 hours to go to the cool club.
No, understand. Yeah. I know that, Aaron, I hear that you're a big hunter.
I am.
Is there time on the road, since you're kind of all over the world and you can hunt some of the coolest grounds? You guys got some time in between? I got to get to here, to here, to here, to here, where you can do any
It
hunting?
never works out that way. The only way I could probably ever get that to work out would be on a solo endeavor,
Yeah.
where if I'm going to take 4 days in a row off
Yeah.
because I'm in Illinois or in Iowa, I'm not affecting 3 other people in the band.
Sure, right.
That have to just sit around while I'm,
Hunting.
hunting.
They could help you build a tree stand.
I'll
Or
bring my
lean
hammer.
to.
What do you like to hunt? What's your favorite?
Bow hunting for whitetails is probably top on my list.
Boy, it's on right now, man. Everybody's loving it around here.
I know.
I wish they'd thin it out a little bit, because I usually drive a motorcycle to work in the morning. I like to thin it out a bit around here on the way in, man. They're
Yeah,
jumping
pretty,
like
pretty
crazy.
thick around here.
There you go. Very. Aaron Lewis, Mike Mashouk is staying in the studio. You guys, I know you're ready to get back to bed. Where are you off to next?
Beaumont, Texas.
Beaumont, Texas. Now, when you
I'm
know,
skipping a jump.
sure. You'll wake up and you'll be there, huh? Or is that the day after tomorrow? Day
No,
after
actually, we will have to drive all day and all night, and we'll get there. It's 18-hour drive, so we'll get there sometime early morning and just wake up at the venue.
You'll play tomorrow night
Mhm.
in Texas.
Mhm.
Yeah, and not taking a plane.
No,
No private plane for staying.
we're not big ballers like that.
We'll leave that for Manson. All right. Okay, there you go. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in. I really appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having us. Good seeing you again.
You too, and the latest from Stained here. All I Want, Stained in the studio. Thank you, gentlemen, and for a great show last night.
Thanks,
Here they
Lenny.
are. This is thank you, Lenny, for dropping it in. I was getting ready to play Mud Shovel, which would have been fine too. Maybe we'll play that next. Thanks,
Yeah, you
gentlemen.
should.
All I Want, Stained, the X.